In nearly all games, there are a whole array of enemies. Many have unique and interesting designs, and many are designed and made, but don't see the light of day. Through data mining and the recent leak of Super Mario 64, we have found a plethora of cut enemies, and so today on Cut Content, we plan to go over each of these enemies, how they functioned, how they differed, and why they may have been cut. Before hitting the recent leaked cut enemies, it is important for us to go back to the original cut enemy of the game, Blargg. Blargg was originally an enemy from Super Mario World who lived in lava and when on a block raft would rise and try to one-shot Mario dead. He was planned for the game but was cut. However, he can be put back into the game with a simple GameShark code into Lethal Lava Land, which as seen here, he isn't actually textured and has a jumping out of lava animation on loop. The way I imagined this jumping animation would have been utilized would have been when Mario is surfing on lava with a Koopa shell, Blargg would have suddenly jumped out and break Mario off the shell, kinda like this. In fact, it's suddenly popping out of the lava just to knock off a fun skate across the lava would have been rather annoying, which may even be why it's not in the game in the end. While he is untextured here, the PC remake of Super Mario 64 has attempted to actually bring him back into the game and has done a fantastic job at retexturing him even. But this was the past. Moving to the present with the leaks, as mentioned earlier, here we have another new enemy known as Moto. Moto has never made an appearance in any other Mario game either. He has animations of grabbing Mario, chucking him off the ledge, and Mario picking him up and chucking him off too, as seen in this restoration of him here. In many ways, it's a lot like King Bobomb, who more or less does the same thing actually. Now it can be argued that by this logic, maybe Moto was the original King Bobomb, but without any sort of explosion animation, I can't really think this would work if he was supposed to be an enemy known for exploding. However, he also has an appearance similar to a bully from Lethal Lava Land with that round black spherical body. However, unlike a bully whose bodies are just 2D flat images that follow the camera, we also have in the data of the game, not the leaks, a beta version of the big bully who had a fully 3D spherical body. Within the leaks, we also got another version of Big Bully as well, still with a 3D body but with only a single horn as opposed to two horns, looking a lot like the Chill Bully from Snowman's Land, likely altered to differentiate them a bit more aside from their colors. Therefore, due to the spherical body and pushing animations, some theorize Moto may have been a beta concept to the existing bullies, and maybe is an even older version of the 3D Big Bully and the single horned bully too. However, we also have a beta version of Bobomb with no eyes, but unlike its normal 2D body, it also has a 3D body here, like Big Bully and Single Horn Bully. Makes you wonder why they went with the 2D black sphere instead in the end. Which I personally think is cause they wanted that artificial highlight on the sphere to make it look shiny, which wasn't very possible with N64 technology on black surfaces. Therefore, if Bobomb, which is clearly not related to the bullies, shares this body too, but Moto isn't a Bobomb himself, it's even possible that Moto was altogether a unique enemy, but ultimately scrapped because he was too similar to both King Bobomb and to an extent the bullies. But going back to Chill Bullies, there is normally only a big version in the game, but a smaller version also exists within the data of the game that never appeared too. Probably didn't have much of a purpose to be used, so thus why maybe he was cut in the first place. As well, we have found within the leaks early versions of both Whomp and Thwomp, who had a more hilarious, more goofy looking face. I can't imagine facing this version of Whomp as a boss without laughing. A change possibly made for that very reason in fact. Along with that, within the leak, we also got a beta version of Scuttlebug, who was used in the older promotions of the game in fact. But I theorize this was changed because they wanted it to look more like this realistic looking spider here. A beta version of Heave-Ho was also found within the leaks, but looks incomplete if anything here. As well, a beta version of that shark Sushi was found within the leaks, which, while he doesn't go after you, can do damage if you touch him, so I'll toss him into the enemy category here. I simply think they cleaned him up and updated his model, being why we didn't get this version in the end anyways. Now, a very interesting one I want to bring up is not from the leaks, but rather in the very code of the game, a Red Koopa. Normally in the game, Koopas are green. You jump on one and their shell pops off, which you could ride. However, within the code exists a red shell. We don't actually have any models for a Red Koopa within the data of the game or the leaks, but if the shell exists, might mean at one point in development, a Red Koopa also existed. Funny enough, in the DS Semi remake, there is actually a Red Koopa that again didn't make it into the game, but can be hacked right back in, which ends up being actually rather aggressive in comparison to the regular tame green Koopas. Therefore, this could have been a revived concept, but ultimately decided to cut it. But with all these cut enemies, is this all of them? Maybe, maybe not. After all, there could always be more leaks to come with more cut enemies, and if they do come, I'll definitely plan to cover them in an updated video. So hit that subscribe button, for I'll be back with more Mario 64 cut content and coverage of the leaks too. So everyone, thank you for watching!